And here's your AM Business today. While the global spice market is projected to exceed over $10 billion by 2019, Ghana cannot play an active role in this business venture because 90% of spices found in the country are imported. Foziatu Adam visited the Nima market where 50% of items sold are spices. The brisk spice business is, however, associated with high foreign exchange, which affects the businesses of these traders.
I work hard every day to make my Carefully organized in pans on tabletops, the Nima market houses the biggest spice market in Ghana on Wednesdays. On Mondays and Tuesdays, the streets of Nima are choked with heavy trucks of goods, mostly spices ready for business. Majority of these trucks are from other African countries.
Well, it's a lovely Tuesday afternoon and I'm here at the Nima market where most of the traders are getting ready to sell their products tomorrow, Wednesday, which happens to be a market day. This particular truck is from Togo, and in this truck we have different kinds of spices and foodstuffs to be sold. Some of these men who offload these trucks complain of high cost of duties.
The problem is this goods duty. If you are coming, policemen and the customs are disturbing us. And you know something, if we are coming to one thing is we need the government to help us about the duty. Because this goods, one this thing is too high. This thing, in a flour is 5 cedi, but it's food. Food to if they want to bring from Togo to Ghana, from Togo to get to Ghana is too difficult. So we need the government to help them. The safer is too high. Now the safer is 82, 81, 83, 84. But if government go help us, the duty will come about 40, 39 or 37. We like it, it will help us.
Spices are dried parts of plants that usually have strong and special smells which comes from the seed, fruits, roots, barks and stems. Despite the challenges these traders face to import spices from other countries, the spice business here in Ghana seems to be lucrative. Nimatu Ali is a spice trader at the Nima market.
Spice business is good. We thank Allah. It's a lucrative business, but things are expensive.
There are about 50 spices that are common in the world. They are pepper, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, cloves, turmeric, and thyme. However, the common spices found at the Nima market are bay leaves, anista, rosemary, negro pepper, and cloves. Others are garlic, ginger, nutmeg, coriander, among other spices, and all these spices are imported from other countries.
This one is called a fomusa, but the Hausas call it janyaji. We don't have some in Ghana. This is from Abidjan. At first we buy it for 25 cedis, but now it's 180 cedis per olonka. This is mosrodo. The cheese call it a sumusa, and this one some are in Ghana, but not enough. They bring it from Nigeria. This is peple. We don't have some in Ghana. They bring it from Dubai. This is inkitinkiti. We don't have it in Ghana.
Nimatu gives us an insight about the challenges of trading spices in Ghana.
We have difficulty when clearing our spices from the harbor. These spices come from Dubai, bay leaves, coriander, and the rest.
Na vinegar, na nut milk, rosemary, kumi.
Even the high duty worsens our plight.
ngundo kuna tangaleda sam bin take 4 months bidakaleta.
Today is market day at Nima, which happens to be on Wednesday, and 50% of the goods sold here are spices. This is rosemary, which is flown all the way from Dubai to Ghana. The spice market is expected to exceed an amount of $10 billion by 2019, but Ghana lags behind in this business potential.
Unlike the market women who heavily depend on foreign spices to ply their trade, the country indeed grows spices and even exports them. Esther Asante is the owner of Organic Trade and Investments. An online company exports indigenous Ghanaian products, including spices.
We have a lot of spices, I think 100 of them we cultivate in Ghana. And we have the dawa, pepper, name it, most of it. We have the local name for it or the English name. But basically, we currently in Ghana, we cultivate organic spices. And unfortunately, people don't know about it. So my company, Organic Trade Investment, we have taken upon ourselves to promote indigenous products, which are organic, and also to thank our farmers who are doing a very great job. Because it's not easy to be dedicated and to say that I am into organic farming. It's a tedious work. Most people, they prefer going conventional way because then you can use any fertilizer and then it will grow within some few weeks. But with organic, you need to be very detailed, very patient, and making sure that no toxic actually it's added to the product, otherwise it's no more organic.
According to her, the Ghanaian spice farms are organic, hence the inability for Ghanaians to even appreciate their own product.
Fortunately, in Ghana, there are not many farmers who are into organic spices because, as I explained to you, it's a tedious work. And we can export or we can produce massively because it's organic. So we can have maximum 5 tons, which is 5,000 kg on a monthly basis. Some can go as to 15 tons, 15,000 kg on a monthly basis, depending on the specific spice, okay, that we are cultivating. So it's interesting for me to know that most women and the market women will then import spices, whilst we have a lot of spices actually in Ghana that you can't even know. You don't even know their name. You just discover here and there whenever a client is looking for it. So people outside Ghana are more interested in eating organic, and therefore something coming from Africa nowadays is the trend of, like, you know, you eating African food and it's organic naturally, no chemical added to it, like in the Middle East or Asian countries. These are the clients I'm having, quite interested in our organic spices. I think these women who are importing spices into our market probably is because they want it faster. So conventional agriculture is the way forward for them. It's not easy to say, okay, I'm going organic, but you have to wait a longer time. But I believe that with time, if everyone make the conscious effort to say, okay, we are eating organic, organic will be something normal to everyone, then we can produce more, because then other institutions or governments will make that kind of effort to also invest in organic.
Okay, you've spoken about spices here in Ghana. Where exactly in Ghana do we grow spices?
Okay, in Brona Hafo, And then we also have the Eastern region. Yes, specifically.
Okay, so what can you mention a few of the spices that you've sold outside the country?
Okay, pepper, a lot, because Asian countries and African countries outside, or Africans outside their homes, they prefer eating spicy food. Indians and all that. So for them, they are importing our spices because it's stronger, tastier, healthier. So obviously, pepper is the number one. Then we have dawa dawa. Then because they use it as a spice, or they sometimes cook it also and they drink. Yeah, okay, they use. So these are the biggest spices that we do have interest, bias interest for.
For years, Africa has been an important player in the global spice trade. Currently, the African continent produces less than 10% of the spices produced worldwide. According to Food and Agriculture Organization, some of the leading producers of spices in Africa are Nigeria, Madagascar, Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, and Ghana. Although the soil and climate in many parts of Africa are favorable to growing spices, we are yet to fully exploit this huge business potential. Fawzeto Adam, Joy Business.
And that's AM Business this week, is brought to us by EcoBank. If you did enjoy it, we do it every Wednesday here on the AM show. Up next is AM Talk. Our guest seated ready, and Mr. George Anda is Member of Parliament for Ewutu Senya West. He's also Deputy Communications Minister. With that injunction dismissed yesterday, what's the process? How does the process look like with this whole revenue monitoring? Also on the set this morning is Al-Hassan Suhini, Member of Parliament for Tamale North. They are in the conversation with Roland Walker. That's real quick after this.